Hi, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee, and I have some friends coming in a little bit. But this was special because, well, things happen, and well, I just am standing in for my co-host, who is going to be joining me in a minute. But I'm going to talk about my passion right now is sharing and educating and helping people learn about their diseases and to find out why things are happening, because right now our people are dying because of not knowing. And at this point, I realize my family have been suffering for so many years because of the fact of not knowing, because people have been eating the wrong things and putting the wrong things into their body. And what's happening is it's been crazy that, you know, people are so toxic. But before I get into all that, I'm just saying, welcome back to Passion for Life. And I actually took off last week, and one of my associates came out, and she shared about depression in men, and she did a phenomenal job, and I love Sherry. And I'm hoping she'll be a guest on my show, or she'll be doing her own show, and you'll be hearing more about her very soon. And well, the young lady that's coming out tonight, she is phenomenal also. And we have been connecting and sharing. And well, things happened with her mom today, this week, and she was going through a whole lot. So I said, well, you know what? Let's just do it together and get together and make this work and enjoy each other and share some information, and hopefully we can educate. Well, that's my passion. I'm not sure what her passion is yet, so we'll find out shortly. But in terms of life and changes and I'm just getting healthier. I've been doing some things just to make myself really healthy, because I am tired of being sick. And I'm tired of actually being toxic and being tired, because I've been eating the wrong things for so long, you know. And actually, in the last probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I started a whole new toxic trend. I think I actually spoke on it last time I was on the air. And it's doing some phenomenal. People keep on looking at me, and they're saying, how wonderful you're looking. And I'm like, wow, how wonderful I'm feeling. And things are just happening, and good things. And I'm just so excited to share with it. I'm trying to get these people out here to share also. I've also had some other challenges, but I've been a little, I'm doing my hands too much. So we're going to calm down, and because I'm not used to being out here by myself. I'm used to with my friends, and I'm like missing my friends at this point. But I'm going to just hang out for a few more minutes, and I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but I really just have this passion to share. And in terms of doing my toxicity right now is trying to clean my body from all the hormones, the GMOs, and from the pesticides. And after I do all this, I will be actually going organic, totally. And so I will try my hardest to stay off the bad sugars. And, well, basically I'm just dealing with carbs that are natural, that your body recognizes, because I feel that anything that you put in your body that's processed or synthesized, your body is going to do a fight and try to get rid of it. And that's what's causing all the disease. Right now, I'm having some challenges in terms of my back because I guess I've done so many bad things to my body. When you have, fallen and then you don't really rectify the situation. And so at this point, I probably been sitting too bad and things just been happening. So I'm like, okay, we got to work on me. And that's what I'm doing. I'm working on me so that we can just feel better and look better and my mind and my body and bring it all together. So I know that's why we are just going to share some more information about, probably my family, and we're going to talk about Brenda's family and find out how we can just make our families feel better. Because at this point, what is family? Family is our life, our strength, and we have nothing without our families and our friends. So we want to share and make people happy and knowledgeable so they can just thrive. And what I believe I'm going to do is take an early commercial so that we can, bring on my friend and, go from there. So can we go to a commercial? Yeah, we're going to go to a commercial. So we'll be right back.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Lee, DMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with the one and only Madhouse TV.
You are the man. Continue. God bless. We're going to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that We're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the Madhouse TV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the third leading cause of death in America and the first leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia. And it really does make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless.
Hi, welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and my friend has joined me, and that's Brenda. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Dee. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm so glad you finally made it.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Well, actually, this is your show. So, I'm just here filling in, so we're just going to, you are my co-host, my co-friend, and but this was supposed to be your show. So, but I know things happen, unfortunately. Yeah. How's your mom doing?
She's doing better, much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since it's my show, I'm going to ask you, what is your passion for life?
My passion is writing.
Oh, really?
I love to write.
Really?
I've been writing since 7th grade.
Really?
I have 2 books of poetry completed, but not
published. Any of your books
No, I didn't. Oh. No. I've written several several short stories and plays.
Really?
Yeah, not yet published.
Not yet?
Have
you submitted to be published?
I tried years ago, but then I put stuff on the back burner, so I'm still pursuing that, though. I haven't put it on the back burner anymore.
Okay. Well, I know you had wanted to do your own show.
Yes, I did.
And just things didn't permit. You had some challenges with your mom.
Right, exactly.
She's doing a lot better.
Yes,
right
she
now?
is.
Okay,
Yes, she was put into the hospital this past Sunday.
Okay.
But she's doing much better.
Okay, that's a real good blessing. So in terms of what were you planning to do, even though things happen?
Well, I was planning on having a friend of mine's son come on who was an upcoming rapper.
Oh, really?
Yes, and that would have been very interesting.
Yeah.
Because it would inspire other young people who are trying to go into that field, plus maintain their education at the same time.
Right.
And sometimes young people, and not even young people, sometimes some of us just forget, that we have to have an education. Regardless of what field we want to go into in life, you have to have an education.
Definitely.
Which is very important.
It is extremely important. And you also said you were going to possibly have your pastor?
Yes, I was going to have my pastor come on
Really?
and speak about women in ministry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's been pastoring for over 25 years.
Oh, that would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, and the challenges that she faced as a woman minister.
Yeah. Well, we just being a woman, we face so many challenges.
Yes, we do.
Yes, health-wise,
yes,
in our jobs,
yes,
in our relationships.
Exactly.
And so, that would have been fantastic.
Yes.
Well, we'll have to have you do something in the near future.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yes.
This won't be the last time.
Good.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just glad you were able to make it out here today.
Thank you.
At least we said, well, let's go for it.
Yes,
Okay. It's
exactly.
like, hey,
Exactly.
it beats a blank. Yeah. I had no intentions of coming out, so
Okay.
you are a friend. If
Thank you.
I'm coming out here, even though you're a new friend, you're still a friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now you were just telling me that, and my passion, because it's all about health.
Okay.
I'm going to go that route.
Okay.
Now, I know you said your mom was in the hospital, so what has she been having her challenges with?
Well, in 2011, she was diagnosed, December of 2011, she was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer.
Okay.
And in that same year, in October, she was diagnosed with early signs of dementia.
Okay.
So it was a challenge for our entire family. We was hit from both ends,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But through a lot of prayer
Right.
and following the doctor's orders,
Okay.
and with a very strong support system. My sisters, my daughter, my niece, and nephew, you know, we managed to get through that.
Okay. Did she have to have a
No, we didn't go for
mastectomy?
surgery because she was in her 80s.
Okay.
You know, so
okay.
she went through basic chemo and radiation,
Okay.
and she's currently on a chemo pill, and she's doing excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Very good.
Mhm.
Now, I actually asked you about the medicinal plant, noni, and because you were saying that she was having some challenges still
Right.
and what have you,
Uh-huh.
and you were very much aware of
Oh,
noni.
yes.
And I was like, oh, really? Because we all talk about medicinal plants.
Right.
And that's the one my major use of
Okay.
that particular one. But there's so many out
Yes,
there.
there is.
There are so many. And I know that right now I'm utilizing as many things that are possible so I
Okay.
can stay younger and healthier.
Right,
You know,
right.
because
Uh-huh.
we're getting older, but we
Yes.
still look good.
Yes,
okay.
we do.
So it's important to look good.
Yes,
You
oh,
know? And
definitely.
you look phenomenal.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Thank
but I
you.
want to scan you too to find out how old your internal age is ultimately.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Because that's important. You
Right.
know, and we'll talk about that a
Okay.
little bit. You know, it's all about education. Too,
Exactly.
You know, so when I mentioned that, you kind of probably forgot that was some alternative, you know, because when your mom was doing chemo and all that, if she was drinking that noni plant or some other medicinal plants, that would help her recover faster.
Right. Well, you know, also, as much as we believed in noni, you have to be kind of careful
Yeah.
because sometimes each person's body reacts differently.
Right.
And you don't want to like overload them with too much. Even though it's natural and whatnot, you have to be careful.
Well,
So,
that's true,
you know.
but there is no side effects with a lot of the medicinal plants, you know, and the doctors, that's the doctors telling you, because what's happening
Right.
is
and
most
that's
of
a whole nother,
yeah,
that's a whole
well,
nother story
well,
as far
yeah,
as the healthcare field.
Well,
and,
that's what it is.
Right.
Well, most of the chemotherapy drugs and
Right.
well, all the chemotherapy drugs and all the drugs out there are synthesized.
Right, exactly.
So they actually don't. Your body doesn't recognize them
Right.
after a certain time frame,
Right.
unfortunately. And that's a lot of times when side effects occur.
Right.
Because your body is now rejecting something that you're putting in foreign
Yeah,
to
and,
your
it
body.
ends up doing more harm in the long run. Right.
Exactly. So the thing is, you know, that the noni is actually a natural thing.
Right.
And it's an adaptogen. So even though, you know, it may do any harm, really, it doesn't. You know,
Okay.
because the thing is, your body is going to adapt to taking that, and it will help your body
Right.
more so than anything. You know,
Yeah, because I was on it. I took it for maybe almost a year.
really.
Yeah.
Really.
And I felt different. I felt stronger. I felt more energized.
Right.
Whereas I didn't feel like doing too much in the morning as far as working out and exercising. I felt myself regaining my strength,
Right.
you know, and a passion to just get out there and do what I need to do to stay
Right.
healthy.
Exactly.
You know.
So why did you stop?
You know what? It gets expensive
Yeah.
after a while.
But is your health expensive?
Yes, it is.
To live a
Right,
good
longer life, right.
and a healthier life. and
Exactly.
it's not really if you look at the whole cost of
I
it.
know.
You know,
I
because
know.
if you go out and you buy food,
And then you know what? You also get sidetracked.
yeah, you do.
You know, just like if you put yourself on a regimen to work out, and you say, I'm going to do this every day for the next 6 months, all you
Right.
need is for something else to come in and just distract you, and next thing you're off.
You're
know,
off the habit.
Exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's
Yeah.
very easy to get off
Very
the
easy.
habit.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Very easy. Very easy.
Unfortunately, I
Uh-huh.
haven't been exercising in about maybe, 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually had a hysterectomy
Okay.
about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I tore my rotator cuff.
Oh, wow.
So the combination was, okay, I have to focus
well, that's
on
enough
this
to
and
put you
focus-
down for a
yeah,
while.
it did.
Yeah.
And so, but now I had to start saying, okay, it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
yourself together now.
Yeah.
So I still haven't really gone full force with my exercise, and now I'm having challenges because I hadn't
Okay.
exercised. So my back and my neck,
Uh-huh.
because of the torn rotator cuff,
Right.
is inflamed.
Oh, okay.
So I am having some pain, and I have to overdose on
Yeah.
the beverages.
Yeah.
But
And you
it's-
have to take it slow, you know, a little at a time.
yeah,
you
but
know.
I do need to start. So
Okay.
I have started a regimen that I'm going to start doing some stretching. And,
Good.
You know, but
Stretching is very,
yes,
very good.
And
yeah.
I'm going to be working with some folks, and hopefully that.
And that helps also. I was going
yeah.
to say, get yourself a little core group,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
and it'll motivate you more,
right.
right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
definitely. That
Uh-huh.
that will help
Yeah.
for sure. And then I also started eating right a little. I'm trying to get away from the refined sugars
Yes,
and the processed foods,
definitely.
and go all natural.
Yeah. Do you have a NutriBullet?
I do,
Uh-huh.
and it was kind of
Should
funny.
I say, do you use it? Because
well,
I have one. I have one also.
I brought two. I was.
I have two, too.
I brought two. I actually, it was funny because I don't know. I was watching what is the Home Shopping Network
Okay.
or something, and they were having a sale.
I did the same
Uh,
thing.
Maybe it was the same sale.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I went and brought two, right?
Mhm.
So I said, let me buy two. So it stayed in the box for about, oh gosh.
This is unbelievable because mine stayed in the box also.
So I finally actually took it out of the box and I put it on my counter. And it stayed on my counter for another, I guess, couple months.
This is unreal. I did the same thing. I did the same
Yeah.
exact thing.
So I finally, and I started this toxic cleanse. So
Okay.
I'm talking the first week of January,
Okay.
right? So I have milk days and I have
Mm.
vegetable and fruit days, but they tell me I have to eat my vegetables and fruits, okay? So the milk days,
Uh-huh.
I'm drinking goat milk because I don't drink cow's milk because
Right.
of the fact that actually I'm allergic. I became
Yeah.
allergic to it, and it's not good for you anyway. So I stay away from the cow. So
How do you tolerate the goat milk?
it was a little challenging.
Yes, it's
okay?
kind of thick and
well,
yeah.
no, it's not actually. It wasn't too thick, but it was gamey or something.
Yeah.
It was a different taste.
It definitely has a
and
different taste.
when I first tasted, I was like, because I eat goat cheese all the time.
Okay.
But goat cheese, I guess, is
The
definitely
different,
different
yeah,
than,
than the-
goat
than the milk,
Okay.
definitely.
So I'm allowed honey. So I put the honey into a teaspoon of honey.
Uh-huh.
You're making a face, but let me tell you that honey made a big difference,
Yeah.
with a little cinnamon.
Honey and cinnamon with
Honey
the goat
and cinnamon
milk.
with goat milk, and it tastes so good.
I have to say, I don't want to have to
It's-
try
it's,
that.
It's like eggnog. It is
Oh, really?
so good.
Oh,
It
okay.
really is so delicious.
Uh-huh.
So I've really been enjoying it. So but at work, I just do that, and I just spoon it in, and I
Uh-huh.
stir it
So now how often do you drink that?
every 2 days.
Okay.
It's
And
like-
that's your milk regimen?
Well, it's 2 days milk and 2 days vegetable and fruits.
Okay.
This is my detox from pesticides, GMOs,
Okay.
and
Are there any certain fruits or vegetables you need
yeah,
to stay away
well,
from?
I'm going to a life coach.
Okay.
And he's giving me what I need to use.
Okay.
So like the first 10 days, it was like alternating 2 days on, 2 days with the milk, cabbage, carrots, and apples.
Okay.
Okay, I did get tired by the last day.
I would think so.
But it was doable. I
Uh-huh.
did it. I lost 14 pounds
Oh,
in 10
good.
days.
Now, how many days did you have to do that? They're on and off.
Well, every 2 days.
Mhm.
Every 2 days. I was 2 days with my vegetables and fruits, and 2 days with my milk.
Okay.
And I alternated.
Okay.
2
For how
days.
long, though?
10 days.
Okay.
It was a 10-day.
Uh-huh.
Each phase is 10 days.
Okay. Now, did you feel different physically?
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Oh yeah. I
Uh-huh.
felt well. Actually, I had been already feeling better because I've been using the noni and I've been doing certain things
Right.
because I knew I needed to.
Okay.
So I had, but the processed foods, I still was eating some of it, you know. But at this point, I have not had any processed food, except, I'll talk about that in a minute. I was a little bad one night. I couldn't help it. There was some cheese. I had some goat cheese.
Okay.
And I decided to go for the goat cheese, and I'm not eating after 6 o'clock also.
Oh, okay. That's
So
that's a plus.
I'm not eating anything
That
after
helps.
6 o'clock. So all of a sudden, I just had a moment, and it must have been about 11 o'clock.
Oh my
and
God.
I went and
worst
had
time.
me some goat cheese. I ate
Well,
my
you didn't
goat
eat a
cheese.
lot of it though, right?
I did.
You did.
I did.
Uh-huh.
I had a little piece, and then I went back and had another little piece, and I just kept on. It was like the cake.
Yes.
You know, like when
The
you do the
Louisiana
cake,
crunch
you know,
cake.
it's like,
You
oh,
take one
any of those
piece and
cakes.
then-
Yeah,
yes.
you just can't stop, right? So I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did that, and I really I was like, I felt bad, but
Uh-huh.
then the next day I had the rest of the cheese.
Well, you know what they say, that whenever we get an urge for something, we should satisfy it.
Wow.
So they do say that.
I went for it.
In moderation. Though.
Yeah, but I went for it. I was like, oh, well, I'm counting. I'm like, oh, well, it was 8 servings in 2 days. Less than 2 days. So, in less than 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was done. So I told my coach, I said, listen, I did it. You know, so he's like, okay, don't justify it. I was like, but it was milk and it was raw. And he's like, just don't it's still processed.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. I was like, well, I thought it was because it was raw. It didn't have any extra stuff. It didn't have salt or anything. It was a better choice. He told me no, it was not a good choice. So I was like, okay, I won't do it again.
So now, with the fruits and vegetables, I understand that you're not supposed to eat them both at the same time.
Technically, you really shouldn't because
Okay.
it's combining the sugar and not the protein, but they say that you shouldn't combine those things. And
Right.
And although I was. Because I'm like, I'm not eating a whole
on,
lot.
Dee.
So it's like,
Come
well,
on.
well, you know,
Uh-huh.
I'm trying not to. But
Right.
like today, I had tomatoes and cucumbers.
Okay.
And onions.
I love
and
cucumbers.
garlic.
I'm always
It
making a
was so
cucumber
good. Yeah.
and an avocado salad.
And
Delicious.
I had avocado. I
Uh-huh.
don't know what I was supposed to. I didn't ask. But I
Uh-huh.
had my avocado. He had told me I could have avocado the other day,
Uh-huh.
but I continued to have avocado. I
Every
feel
day?
No, only when my fruits and vegetables.
Oh,
day.
okay. Okay.
But I find that extra fat helps me. You know,
Okay.
because I'm a big girl.
Well, you know what? They were saying on the news not long ago that we need a certain amount of fat in our diet. You know, so
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
And actually, we have a call.
the good fats.
Yeah,
of
the
course.
good fats,
Yeah.
exactly. We have a call, so we're going to take the call and see
Okay.
who's... Hello, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and who do I have on the line?
It is the body mechanic. What's up, D?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Who's that awesome woman sitting next to you?
Hi, body mechanic. How are you?
What's up, girl? How you been?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm just sitting back, just cheesing over here, thinking about all that goat cheese that D is eating. Let me tell you, D, I'm so proud of you. You look fabulous, and just to keep up the good work, and it's awesome.
Well,
It's
thank
really
you.
awesome what you're doing.
I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were part of my inspiration. You helped me out there. You know, you got me started.
Oh, stop it, D.
Aw.
The work is yours. You have to do the work.
Oh, I'm doing the work. I'm not giving it to you all. Shoot, I just gave it a
Okay,
little
all
bit.
right. All right.
And I have
Yeah.
to say, body mechanic, you have helped me also. Since the last time that I was here and spoke with you, I changed my whole diet around. I really did, my whole diet regimen. And I feel good. So
That
thank
is
you.
awesome, and you look great, too.
Well,
Thank
she's
you.
looking so young and beautiful.
Thank you.
She
That is
is.
really, really awesome. You know, I was listening to you, Dee, talking about your journey, and you made a comment about, craving some stuff that night. And to be honest with you, and a lot of people really don't understand this aspect of nutrition or what is like the primary source of fuel for the body. But actually, when you go back through indigenous cultures, fat was used through so many different cultures. It's a separate hormonal system. It has so many different things. And even all the cells in our body require fat. it wasn't up until the 60s or 50s that, you know, our community was trying to convince us that saturated fats were so bad for us. And ever since then, heart disease went on the rise and obesity became rampant. So, I mean, fat is the precursor of all of your steroid hormones, everything. I mean, it's a separate hormonal system. If a woman's body fat drops too low, she stops ovulating. I mean, that shows the importance of fat. So...
No, definitely. I know that, well, because I was too overweight, I had a lot of challenges with my fertility and you know, other issues, you know, because of the fact that, well, I got blood pressure. I had a lot of different issues. And basically, like you're saying, in terms of my women, my ovaries and all that, it just wasn't functioning properly. So I was unable to have children, and because of the obesity. But the thing is, it's the right fats, like we started to talk about. You have to have the right fats. So at this point, the avocado, the eggs, and a lot of things that you have been sharing, you know, I know those are some correct fats that you have to really absorb.
Right, and you know what's interesting is this. All the fats that existed on the planet before man started tinkering with them and producing these synthetic oils, things like canola, and I'm going to call people out because I want people to understand what they actually have in their kitchens. We've been taught or told or misled that like things like canola and grapeseed oil and what other oils do we have? Soybean oil. Even soybean oil, soybeans have been genetically modified since the 60s.
Yeah.
So any of these things that are genetically modified, then once you heat them, they are literally just eating and ingesting free radicals, which scavenge and cause gene mutation.
Right.
So I know that it's inexpensive, but it's a quick ticket to the OR.
Well,
it really is, especially because so many people, especially African Americans and Latin people, I mean, everyone fries everything in these oils. And it clogs up your arteries, it throws off your hormone balance, it affects your brain tissue, it affects your vision, it affects so many things.
Right. And it stays with you. It doesn't go away.
Exactly.
Once that those oils are in your body, your body's trying to fight them because they're not recognized by your body. It's not being absorbed properly. It's not being expelled properly. And it just stays in your system and just kind of sucks and causes all the diseases. So we really...
Right, it cooks up your body. It actually affects your memory center. Your hippocampus is cooked up. When they do autopsies on people who consume these foods on a regular basis, it's almost like taking a Coca-Cola and cooking it down to a syrup. And this is what they're finding inside people's vascular system and also in their brain tissue.
Yeah.
So that stuff is really, really deadly. I try to say it in a way that so that people can visualize how bad it really is.
Right.
Until you have an opportunity to look at like cadavers and things like that, then you really, really, understand the big picture.
So, I'm sorry, Body Mechanic, what would be a good oil to use as opposed to the canolas and the soybean oil?
Okay, so great question. Now, first of all, I'm not an advocate of fried food, period, because what happens is in nature, when you think about when man was first on this planet, he didn't have a skillet, he wasn't cooking foods, and he definitely wasn't processing, making things up, like these oils. But oils in their natural form are incredible. Things like olive oil, and also coconut oil is actually one of the best oils. It can handle heat, you can handle high temperatures, and it's a medium chain triglyceride, which is unlike most of the other oils. So it's solid at 74 degrees. I mean, at 74 degrees, and at 76 degrees, it becomes a liquid. And it's not only is it good to ingest and cook with, but it's good, topically on your skin. But it mixes with the enzymes and oils of your skin. It becomes antiviral, antibacterial, antimicrobial. And when you also use it in your mouth and just swishing it around, it also does the same thing. It's just incredible. You can cook with it, you can bathe in it, you can wash with it, you can do everything with it. And you can do the same thing with olive oil. So really what you want is something that comes from a specific medium, like the coconut or the olives, and it's cold pressed. You want the oils to always be cold pressed, not mechanically, not separated by chemicals.
Okay.
That's another thing. A lot of things are done. They do it with chemical extraction, and there's chemical residues that are actually toxic to the brain tissue and also the cardiovascular system.
Uh-huh.
So, my recommendation is doing something with coconut or olive oil.
Right.
Okay.
And of course, well, I just recently found out that olive oil you really shouldn't put at high heats. So
No, you can't handle the heats of coconut oil. In fact, to really reap the benefit of olive oil, it's better to consume it in its natural state.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
And the way you can tell if the olive oil is actually olive oil is by taking half a teaspoon, putting it in your mouth, swishing it around, and as you swallow it, you should feel it burning the back of your tongue. That would be the active polyphenols that are in there killing bacteria.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's how you test it, because a lot of the olive oils on the market are actually not real.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's
They're
so
mixed
many.
with a lot of other things.
Uh-huh.
I had
And
no
it-
clue.
And
That
it should be
is-
cold pressed.
That's cool.
Okay.
Now I know with the coconut oil also with when you put it in your mouth, you will you can do the pulling. Have you ever heard
Right.
of pulling?
No.
Right. Oil pulling is an old Ayurvedic technique. It's been around for thousands of years. And what happens is, in order for things to actually leave our bodies, they need to be converted to what we call a water-soluble source, right? That's the only way it can be excreted. So what happens is, like for instance, if you wake up in the morning, you'll find that there might be plaque on your tongue. Most of that plaque is what we call fat toxins. They're actually fat-soluble toxins. So when you actually take a cold-pressed oil and you swish it around in your mouth for 20 minutes, and 20 minutes is the magic number. That's how long it takes for the enzymes in your mouth to mix with the oil and actually for the plaque to be broken down, and then then you can actually spit it out.
Right.
And what it does, that oil goes down into your gum line very deep, pulls any things that are wedged down there that you can't get to with floss. It also keeps plaque from building up on your teeth.
They say
And
that
believe
your
it or
teeth
not,
turn really
what they're
white.
finding now
Really?
is that a lot of the pathologies that we have are starting actually in our mouths because
Yeah.
of the fat-soluble
I
toxins.
did hear that.
And
Yeah.
most of those synthetic things that are made by man actually are fat-soluble toxins and can't be excreted unless you have adequate fat in your diet.
Okay.
And I know that with that pulling, you're like, those containers that have the styrofoam
Yes,
and
yes.
all that?
Bad
'Cause those are
choice.
bad choices.
Yes.
But in order to get it out of your system, the pulling will help take
Oh,
those
okay.
toxins out of your body.
Absolutely, absolutely it will. And just to kind of really push the issue about oil pulling, I remember one time I was lying down and I was oil pulling. I did it for probably about 25 minutes. And I remember accidentally swallowing what was in my mouth. I was sick for an hour.
Oh, yeah.
So it really, really is a potent method
Yeah.
of extracting toxins from your body. And what's so great about it is once you spit them out, your body, you don't compromise your immune system by trying to process them. So if you do this on a regular basis, it actually really, really supercharges your immune response.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a
interesting.
habit that I want to get back.
Yeah, I had never heard of
Yeah,
pulling before, so now I would like to try.
It's called oil. It's called oil pulling.
Actually, I
And
was reading.
coconut oil is one of the best oils to do with, and you can also do with olive oil.
Okay. And 20 minutes, swish
20
it around,
minutes, yeah.
spit it
Yeah,
out.
if you have a hard time doing it at first, what I recommend you do is doing it for 5 minutes so you get used to it, and increasing it to 10 minutes,
Okay.
and then doing the full 20. It's a great way in the morning to kind of have your therapeutic time and not talk and just kind of go through that, and then you can do other things. Once you're complete and you spit that out, what you do is you scrape your tongue,
Okay.
you brush your teeth, and then you rinse your mouth out with some warm sea salt water, and then you're ready to rock and roll. After
Wow.
that point, you drink your 20 ounces of water to turn your organs on, and now you're ready for some nutrition. It's just that simple. That is my my morning regimen. Even if I'm not home, I make sure that I have those oils available to do my oil pull.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Good health takes a plan.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And like Brenda was saying that sometimes it gets expensive, but it does get expensive.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's worth it
Yes,
in the long
it is.
run.
Well, Brenda,
Yes.
check this out. one surgery pays for a lifetime of coconut oil.
I hear you. You're absolutely
Don't get me
right.
started, girl.
You're absolutely right.
So, I'll spend a little extra right now.
Yeah,
if
yes.
it's-
As a,
it's on
as a
me.
matter of fact,
Yes.
I know people who spend a week in the hospital and come out $200,000 in debt.
Oh, God.
So let me tell you something. An ounce of prevention is worth 40 billion pounds of cure.
You're right.
Well, I'll tell
Absolutely.
you, because, her mom, I know Brenda's saying that how she's changing, but she sometimes cheats. And I know I was cheating. I was a sugar addict, all that kind of stuff until recently. So at least I have not had anything except for fruits in terms of sugar.
That's good.
For the last,
Right.
well, tomorrow will be 19 days.
Wow, good.
That's
Congratulations.
Nice.
You're,
That's excellent.
you're altering your body, you're altering your chemistry, you're altering your brain tissue. Believe it or not, the chemistry affects every cell in your body. So you've been this way for a while. It's a journey, but you know what? Every day you get stronger and stronger,
Yes,
and you feel better
absolutely.
and better. You start to sleep better. Everything starts falling into place. You're on your way, G. Just keep it up.
Yeah, so I know. I'm going to keep it up. I'm done. I had my share of hanging out
Yeah.
and doing bad things to my body, So
See,
it's
I don't
like,
have a problem with the sugars. The sugars I can stay away from.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's the potato chips. It's the salt.
Well-
but I don't cheat a lot. It's like maybe once a week I have to have me a bag of chips.
But you know what?
Well, you know what, Brenda? It's
Uh-huh.
funny that you said that because those potato chips are loaded with sugar.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They're loaded with sugar,
they are.
and they're also loaded with other chemicals that they don't list on the bag. Don't even get me started. I could talk a week about those things.
Wow. I have
Yeah.
to call you. I'm gonna have to call you.
Brenda, you've been talking me to death, girl. You better call me. All right? D,
I will.
keep up-
I will.
Keep up the good work, D. It's awesome what you're doing, and it's just incredible to share your journey with people because you'd be surprised people that are sitting behind the cloud and just hoping to learn something so they can get started on their journey of health and life because, our vehicle is the most precious thing we have because when you're sick, nothing else matters.
That's right. That's right.
It's true. It's very
Absolutely.
true.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a real quick commercial break, and if you want to hang out for a little bit, you can.
I'm going to roll, and like I said, thanks a lot, D. And Brenda, it's nice talking to you, and y'all keep doing
You
what you're
too.
doing because we all need it. It's all about community and being healthy.
Yes, definitely.
Well, thanks a lot,
Thank you.
All right.
and we'll
God bless you.
You too.
be right back.
$1.3 million women are victims of physical assault by an intimate partner each year. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, the majority of cases aren't reported to the police. Most people who are in an abusive relationship don't even know they're in one. The truth is, all abusive relationships boil down to one thing: control.
How do you like it? My new dress.
Are you out of your mind? You look like a prostitute. We're not going out with you dressed up like that in public.
But what am I supposed to wear?
Wear something decent. You can't wear that out in public. We're going to be late. Get back in there and pick a different outfit. I'm going to go run some errands. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Please be ready, okay?
Fine, I'll change. Fine.
Abuse is not always physical, leaving wounds that are visible on the outside. Emotional abuse is just as painful, only these wounds are hidden on the inside.
Are you out of your mind? You're crazy. You look like a prostitute.
Know that abuse is abuse, no matter what the form.
Look at me.
Oh my God, what's wrong with me?
Physical abuse scars the body,
I just want him to love me.
but mental abuse scars the mind.
What you just saw was an example of a relationship that is emotionally abusive. Nobody has the right to tell you how to dress or how to act. If someone really cares for you, they won't tear you down. They will build you up.
How do you like it?
Wow. You look great. Fantastic. But then again, you look great all the time.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd like it. It's my new dress. I bought it just so we could go out tonight.
You look stunning.
Thank you. But I think I'm going to take a sweater just in case it gets cold tonight.
Great idea. I'm going to take one too. Let's go.
All relationships are not perfect, but a healthy relationship is when two people bring out the best in each other and have each other's good in mind. Take your time to know someone instead of rushing into something. It is better not to involve yourself with an abusive person than to try and get out of a domestic violence situation.
If someone is abusive to you and you need help, please call the Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. They have highly trained experts available 24/7 who will speak with you confidentially and offer information regarding the unhealthy aspects of your relationship, resources, or immediate support for victims to find safety and live lives free of abuse. Domestic violence affects us all.
It affects us all.
It affects us all. 모두에게 영향을 줍니다.
Che ci ricarte tutte.
It affects us all.
Domestic violence.
Hi, welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends. And I'm here with Brenda, and we're just having some information.
Yes, we are.
Sharing information. That's all important. Really it is.
It's
And
very
that's-
interesting
yeah.
when Body Mechanic called in and shared that information with us.
Yeah, without
Very
a doubt.
informative.
Well, you know what? That's what the show is all about, basically. That's my passion. It's all about sharing real information that
Right.
people need to
To
know.
hear, exactly.
Because people have not been made aware that they're killing themselves by eating
Exactly.
all these
Yeah.
processed foods that are out here, and the foods that have been treated with so many
Pesticides
and the GMOs.
Yes.
And why are we getting sick?
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
Well, because your body doesn't recognize it, and your body's actually fighting
Right.
against the fact that you're putting something bad in.
Yeah.
So it's doing its job. It's actually doing its job
Right.
in creating this immune response. But what happens is when it creates this immune response, it can't keep on,
Right. It's going to overload at one point or another.
Exactly.
Right.
It's overloading, and it's losing the battle.
Right.
Like one of my partners was here, and she says, it's a war, and you just lose the
Yeah.
war,
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's like, when are we going to stop and just become aware of what we're doing to ourselves?
And you know what?
You
In
know?
the United States, unfortunately, we have a lot of it.
Yes.
So, you know what? We have another call. So, okay. 2 calls in one night. Hi, welcome Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee. Who do I have on the call?
Hi, Dee. My name is Raquel, and I've been enjoying your show. And I was just going to go back to when you were talking in the beginning, more or less, with your guest and her mom and the cancer. Recently, my mother was diagnosed with, ovarian cancer, and the doctor had said, with a natural approach, that she should maybe try sour sop leaves. And I'm just curious if either one of you have ever heard of that. It's a leaf that he said for her to steam and boil and then, drink it several times a day. It's supposed to really eradicate almost the cancer cells. And I've read about it online, and, it seems to get very good feedback from people. I just was curious if anyone has ever heard of that.
Oh yeah, I have actually.
Yeah, I've heard of soursop, but not the leaves or
Well, you know what?
anything in reference to cancer. So this
Like
is
a lot
interesting.
of, we were saying, a lot of fruits, and there's a lot of medicinal plants out there. There's a lot of plants that have medicinal properties that will help heal. And soursop is one of those things. And it's actually found in the tropical islands.
Right.
Just
Right,
like
right. That's
just
what
like
I was saying
Noni
too.
fruit.
Make sure it's from a certain
And
area, right.
it's supposed to be very, very good. You know, there's so many things out there that are supposed to be very, very good. Turmeric is another thing
Yes,
that's
turmeric,
very, very, very
definitely.
good, you know, for all fighting cancer cells. There's ginger, you know, onions, you know,
Right.
all kinds of things are have properties that are going to help fight this cancer.
Well,
Basically,
it feels better to make me know that you've heard of it, because for someone that's not familiar with it, you know, I didn't want to like tell my mother to drink something that I wasn't familiar with. You know, I didn't want it to affect her in the worst way. But if you've heard of it, it makes me have more confidence, you know, to go forward and you know, get that for her.
well, no, definitely. And the thing is, the most natural things are the best things for you. So, but you also have to realize you have to stop the source of the feeding of the cancer
Right,
cells.
absolutely.
Right,
So the only
right.
way you can do that is stop the sugar. And you
Yes.
have to make sure she stops sugar in her diet. And
Okay.
even like if you can limit the fruits, because that has natural
lot of sugar,
sugars.
yeah.
So you have to really limit as much sugar as possible, because you want to kill that blood source, because right now it has a blood source.
Right, that it feeds off, or the
that
sugar feeds off.
So and so you have to eliminate sugar in that body, and all processed foods have sugar. So you have to take out all the processed foods and go natural, organic, and that's the only
And
thing.
my other question was just for some suggestions of food sources. The doctor also recommended a high fiber diet. Does that kind of gel?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be definitely something that needed to be done. But in terms of helping her get back to basics, you know, and it's so that the body recognize the food sources. So the only way it recognizes is the organic. You have to stay away from all those pesticides and
white flour, white sugar,
all that. You know, well, any kind of wheat or what have you is just not good. You know, because all that is going to be processed. So you have to just go with the naturals, and if you could not cook the foods as much as possible, so it has the best nutrition.
Yes.
That would
And-
be.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And juicing also. I don't know if the doctor mentioned any kind of juicing to you, but juicing is very important.
Okay, no, I'm writing all this down as you guys are saying it, and I appreciate your time, and your show is wonderful, and thanks again for your advice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling.
All right,
in.
have a good night.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
have a good time. So, what did you do that with your mom?
The juicing, she doesn't tolerate it a lot, but I try to like sneak it in. You know, like, here, Ma, drink this. You know, it's fruit juice,
Right.
and she'll, you know, if it's very little in the cup, she will go ahead and drink it down, and she'll say, I don't like that, you know. But at least I feel good that I got it in her.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you were saying that you had a little touch of blood pressure.
Yes.
Okay.
A little touch.
and
I have
I've had
a
little
big touch of high blood pressure.
Really? A
Oh,
big
yes.
touch? Really?
Yes.
So you're on medication at
Yes,
this
I
point?
am.
So,
Yeah.
you know what? Those potato chips,
I
those
know,
just once
I
a
know.
week.
Like I said, I still cheat, you know, you can't help
But
it.
see, we
Your
need
body
to-
craves, and what I have to do is find other alternatives.
Exactly.
When I have that salt,
Exactly.
I have to have
Exactly.
the salt.
Well, you know
Then-
what? The sea salt. Himalayan is the best.
But let me just share this also, that sea salt is very, very high in sodium.
It's high in sodium, but we're not talking, you know, like drink it down and what have you. You know, in moderation.
Right, in
Not
moderation.
even moderation. You know, you need
Right.
certain salts.
Oh,
Okay, your
definitely.
body
Yeah.
is you know, a good portion.
Right.
Sodium.
It has to have it.
Yes,
right.
it has to have it in order to function. You have certain minerals that your body definitely needs.
Right.
So the thing is, but it has to be in its best form.
Right.
So I was doing some research, and you know, because the web is so amazing.
Yes,
know?
it is.
So
You can find
it's
almost
like
anything
so many
and
things,
everything
you know?
on there that you
and
want.
I'm just getting into it because I'm only 3 years younger than you. So, you know, we're looking good, okay?
Yes.
So we're looking good. But, you know, so I'm still not like, oh, you know, Google, but I'm learning.
That's good.
You know,
That's
I
a
am
start.
definitely-
It's a
I'm
start.
learning.
Oh.
But the thing is, I was seeing Himalayan salt and Celtic salt.
Okay.
Because they have minerals in it. Yes, it's high in sodium, but it's the good sodium. You know, like good sugar or good fat and what have you. Those are
Himalayan and Celtic.
Himalayan and Celtic.
Celtic. Okay.
And you know, it comes like big. You know, they don't
Big
process
chunks.
it, big
Okay,
chunks
and
and
you have
stuff
to
like that.
cut it
Yeah,
up.
they're supposed to get a grinder. I have to go and get a grinder. But I've been just like popping in. I'm not supposed to really have it, but occasionally I'm like, hey, I need my little salt here and there, you know. So and it's good salt, so it's better for
Now
you.
let me ask you, after you do consume that, does your body feel any different? Like, do you get a headache?
I have not, no. And
Okay.
the thing is, I was on 3 blood pressure medicines at one point, yeah. And ultimately, when I started the beverage, and I didn't know it was doing anything for me, because I've had a journey, okay? I did lap band surgery. You know, I was over 300 pounds. So, you know, I've definitely gone through a transition.
You look wonderful.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But I was there, you know, so I cried at the doctor's office when I was going for the lap band, you know, and that really didn't help. You know,
do you walk? Let me ask you that.
I was walking, but then when I tore my rotator cuff, and then I have actually a treadmill at home, and that was the best thing, you know, because you just get in on the treadmill, and I was getting dressed at one point, and then I realized why. So I just, you know, get in, put my sneakers on. I had a pair of sneakers upstairs. I had a pair of sneakers downstairs. This is when I was working out. I was going to the gym 3-4 times a week. I love Zumba. So I was doing my Zumba. I was walking in the morning because I like doing it in the morning because it gets you rolling.
It gets you up, right.
And I had so much energy, and I was drinking my beverages, and things were happening. And actually, I came off of 2 of my blood pressure medicines.
Oh, good.
And I didn't even know it was the noni and all that was happening. Because I was exercising, but none of this, I was still on my blood pressure medicine. But then that I added that. It kind of like just came into place. So then my treadmill broke.
Oh.
So actually, I have a new one now.
Okay.
But it hasn't been put all together. So I'm still waiting for my husband to finish do that. So it's still sitting there for like the NutriBullet.
Like the NutriBullets on the counter, right?
Okay, real quick, I'll tell you what happened with the NutriBullet. So when I finally, I had the milk, right? So I decided I was going to put some ice cubes in the milk, and since I was home.
In the goat milk.
In the goat milk, right? And so I was home, and I had the honey, right? So I said, let me put the honey in and let the honey like kind of melt off.
Okay.
So I left the spoon in the
Oh no, I know where this is going.
I left the spoon
inside the
NutriBullet.
And Missy turned it on. So now we don't have a NutriBullet no more.
This is my first time using it. Well, thank God I had the second one. So I couldn't believe I did that.
It was an oversight.
It was all over me.
You know, I bet it was.
It was all over me. But it was great having you here.
Thank you. Thank you for
having me. I'm so glad you were able to come out. Well, thank you for having me. Because technically this was your show today.
True.
So technically, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad we were able to come out
and pull it together at the last minute.
Yeah, and hey, you know, give out some information.
Yes.
As we always do. And next time you have to bring some of your poems.
Yes, I definitely will.
Okay, and then you have to share your poems with us.
No problem.
You know? And we're going to have to keep our family and ourselves
together.
Healthy.
Yes, and healthy.
You know, because this is the new year.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And in the new year, new things should be happening.
Exactly. And potato chips, we're going to try to limit it.
I'm going to try.
No, you know what? Actually, try is not
I'm going
good.
to try.
Let's talk about, let's do it.
Yes,
That's
we will.
What
yes, we will. That's
it,
right.
You know,
absolutely.
We want to get off the medication.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm tired of the medication.
Definitely.
I don't want to still look good and young. Okay, and you do. You
Thank
look
you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
So do you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we just want to keep it going.
Yes.
So in terms of Passion for Life, we're going to just keep our passions going and enjoy life. And we're going to come back stronger for, well, I won't be here next week. We're going to have somebody else here. Actually, you met them a couple of weeks ago. They were on the couch, the Hart family. It's going to be heart to heart. They're going to be doing their thing and sharing some information. But Brenda, we're going to do this again.
Yes, we
for
will.
sure.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, that's a blessing.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And, well, thanks for tuning in. And you know us. We're on Facebook, Passion for Life. Like us. And you can always call 917-579-5221. And that's 917-579-5221. Or you can call the station, Madhouse TV. Passion for Life. Good.